So I think I was supposed to do this post a long time ago. Not a long time ago. Um, giving flowers to giving flowers to my husband. I'm gonna tell you why. Throughout this whole journey that with my husband, it hasn't been the easiest. Now, granted, he has his things, but my things were so much worse. And when you have a spouse who was dealing with mental things, depression, anxiety, who was dealing with mental things, depression, anxiety, just like breakdowns, and he's been in and out of this journey with me so long and not knowing how to help me. I when I got with him, I was on medication for anxiety, depression, and we were just dating and all that. So really just he didn't know about that. When I had my kids, I stopped taking my medication, but my depression got so much worse because I've been in therapy my whole life, but I haven't really dealt with a lot of things. That was my first daughter, and it got so bad. When I got to my third child, I got back on my medication after I stopped breastfeeding, because I breastfed all three of my kids, and it was still trying then. It was tough then. It was tough even for him, whatever he's going through, and me helping for him what he's going through. But my things were so much worse, and this man has hung on with me all this time. After I breastfed, I gave him. I went back on medication because again I still wasn't dealing, but I had to be a wife and a mother, right? So I got back on medication. I was back in therapy and doing what I had to do. And I took my medication one day, and I was on the couch and in the corner couch, and that medication just put me in like in a zombie mode. And I was just sitting there like I was high. And he looked at me. I remember it. He looked at me and he said, "I don't like what it does to you." And that day I heard him. And I heard him because I didn't like what it did to me. It didn't allow me to be active with my family. I knew that I needed to do things. I wanted to do things. I wanted to be successful. I wanted to build things for my children. I wanted to it kept me stagnant. So I made that decision the week after. I stopped medication. I went to therapy, and I told my therapist, I am no longer going to be on this medication. And she's like, okay. And I'm like, she's like, well, it's going to be hard. I know, but I have things I got to do. I want to do for my life. That is not, and this medication is not allowing me. It is keeping me numb, and it's not allowing me to deal with things I have to deal with. In order for me to grow and get this stuff, I have to handle everything one by one and take it on. And the medication was just making me numb, not dealing with everything. I wasn't feeling anything. I wasn't able to sit in. I wasn't doing any work on myself, just taking the medication. So I stopped the medication. I've been doing this for so long without medication. And shout out to those who are still on, because doing it without medication is hard. And I have to give my husband so much credit, because throughout it, the communication was horrible, especially for me. But it got so much better because when I told him before, I think after I told him, when I was going through something, he said, how can I help you? And I said, you can't. I told him, you can't. I just need him as my wall. I need to be able to hug him when I need to hug him. I need him to be able to sit and listen when I speak. And that's it. There's no more that you have to do. I need you to be present. And things that I said to him, and I told my husband everything. And I know the things that I've told my husband has, the things I told my husband I know, like, it's hard things for people, for anybody to hear, or for a spouse to hear. But we got this far because all I asked him to do was to be present and let me speak. He ain't got to speak back. And let me hug him when I need to hug him, because sometimes I just want to, sometimes I hug him and I just don't let go, and he just goes about his stuff like I'm on his back, just hugging him. And he's in the kitchen washing dishes, I'm just hugging him. He'll move to the stove, and sometimes I just need to hug him. But I have to give him his flowers, because this man been thugging it out with me. And every journey, every time I'm excelling, I'm growing, and these things happen, it's getting so much better. And then he asks me, "You want to talk about it?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And when I don't, I give it a minute. And I'm learning that I can't bring my feelings into my home. And, I realize also that he is my safe space. Because I'm doing this shit without medication. And it has not been easy, but it has been the best decision I've ever made in my life. Because it allowed me to be successful, allowed me to grow, allowed me to face every demon, every problem, take it on, beat it up, battle it, destroy it, and move on. And I have grown so much for it. But I have to give this man his flowers. That's why he holds my hand, and I still get butterflies. He hugs me, and I just still melt. Because this man is my safe space. My kids are my safe space. But it's hard for spouses to to have other spouses who are going through stuff mentally and not be able to do anything for them. But all you have to do is be present. All you have to do is listen, be a body that's there. Hold my hand when I need it, give me a hug, let me hug you. Because sometimes I don't even like hugs. I don't like being affectionate. I don't like all that hugging stuff. But I hug him when I need to hug him. And he don't question why. I just lets me hug him. I just needed him to be present, and he has. So I'm saying it's very hard for spouses who are in a relationship with somebody who is going through these things. And all you have to do is be present. You do not have to understand. You just have to have an ear and be a body. My husband is my wall, whether it's in front of me or behind me. And sometimes I just need to hug on him, or I need to lean on him, and he's there. But I understand that it's hard, and it has been hard. But he's been thugging it out, and I'm giving him his flowers. I'm giving him his flowers, and it's gotten so much better. So I really appreciate this man. I think that my dad passed. When my dad passed, he knew that I was okay and I was safe with him. Because when I said I was getting married, he said, "Why?" And I said, "Because this man, I love him, and this is the man who's going to be the reflection of my father. And my husband is a reflection of my father, because my dad was my wall. And my dad hugged me. When my dad hugged me, I felt safe. And that feeling I found in my husband. So I'm giving him his flowers. Because that man done been through with me, and we done been through it together, and we've been through it with our kids, and we are at a space in life, all of us, that only God can touch. And we're no longer reaching out our hands to anybody else. Unless they want to be up there with us. But he deserves his flowers. And I appreciate him.